Good morning, Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. You can see the kayak on top of my truck, going out for a nighttime paddle after what it's going to amount to a pretty long day today. Getting ready to go to work right now, and then we're having our friends at the farm come by this afternoon, evening, from like 4:30 to 7:30. So if you're on Salt Spring and you want to come by, and it's today, in fact this video won't be out till tomorrow, so it's kind of impractical, but if you want to be on that list in the future, let me know in the video below, or contact my wife Sarah or myself, and we'll get you on that list. I think it's happening once or twice a month that we have people come by. And because, like, see this is, look at those thistles about to go to seed. Oh geez, terrible town. We gotta deal with that, and a bunch of other getting ready to just seed out. But there are worse problems to have. Oh, the beans are looking pretty good. They're gonna start producing. That's great. It's raspberry time of year around here, and that is so delightful. And you know, life is feeling mostly pretty great right now. I say mostly because, you know, there's always room for improvement. And if for some reason you don't think there's any room for improvement in your life, I really want to hear about that. If your life is so good that you have zero improvements anywhere to make, let me know. The life of these squash over here is pretty much perfect. They have not been watered in like 2 weeks. That's how the earth is over here. And for the rest of us, though, you know, I've really been enjoying challenging myself to create more in my life. Oh yeah, even to get in here, and I gotta prune these tomatoes up so that way we get like optimal growth. Look at that, we got some cherry tomatoes happening here. A little bit of weeding has to happen in some of these pockets. Myself to create in the realm of my writing, in the realm of music, in the realm of painting. And I brought my daughter Osha, who is about to turn 3, into the studio with me last night, and we played on the drum machine. When I say we, it was mostly her. She was thumping away on it and was creating some really interesting beat structure. So I ended up recording that onto the computer, and so there will be some of that later on in the future. Just check out, like, we got some nice looking raspberries happening, and look at that elderberry back there. It's about to pop with berries, and it's still shooting out massive amounts of flowers. And one of the things I'm getting excited for is the notion, that's a lot of string there, is this notion of how to breathe into our creativity and find our meaning in life. Coming up this interesting time where, you know, some people are questioning, will there even be human creativity happening in the near to distant future with all this AI and robots and there's machines taking over kind of in effect. And I mentioned getting a drum machine, but I'm going to say I freaking love drummers. And it's one thing to have a drum machine, but to have a drummer, oh, that's where I get super excited. I'm just not living with a drummer, and I want to have certain sounds happening. And I don't know about you, but it's really hard to just like keep drum set going while playing other instruments. Along with, I super love polyrhythms. You know, I kick in 5, and I have a snare in 4, hi-hats in 3. The list goes on with more complex numbers than those, but you get my point. You got 4 limbs, you could have 4 different beat styles happening. And let's just face it, that takes skill. And if you're that drummer out there, especially if you're nearby, hit me up. I want to know about that, because it's just one of the most fun things to play with. Anyway, oh yeah, thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that like button. Super appreciate all that. But I'm dreaming into this workshop space because when we have our friends of the farm come here, and people get so nourished just from the richness of the earth itself, and to hear that feedback and then to watch that roll into their creative lives or just the betterment of living, I see that there's so much potential to instill all that much more meaning into our life. And so with the notion of we can actually heighten our different senses by essentially depriving one or two senses at a time, and then that actually allows all of our senses to blossom that much more, to perceive so much more of our world, and in those perceptions we can gain a lot more meaning from it, to hear the subtle signals that are taking place. And so I'm looking at doing that in September. Kind of about to write up essentially what the course flow would be like. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below, or send me a message through my website, bendingreeds.com, and I will put you in that loop. With that, I gotta get to work, people. It's been a great weekend. Did some desk realignment, which makes more room for more creativity, so I got some fun new paintings that are happening. And remember that in having too much fun, it's possible to do little tiny things that really augment the overall picture. And with that, the enjoyment of life. We don't all have to be like superstars every single day and every single moment. That's not what having too much fun is about. Like this kayak, it's gonna be so much fun tonight. Oh my gosh, that's one of the things I live for, is to get on the water. What are you living for? What are those things that just bring you the most joy in life? Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And have too much fun.